Hello and welcome to Odd Sock Comics. This is my new comic book day haul for Wednesday, June 12th. And there's a lot of stuff going on this week, and this was a good week. So I'm just going to jump straight into the best books of the week. So I've got up here right now, first book. I got to change some lights, just a second. There we go. So first book up is The Immortal Hulk, number 19, and oh my goodness, this book had me on completely engaged the whole time. This is the way that they are treating this with horror is just fantastic. It's not like anything else out there, and I was thinking about it quite a bit. Look at that, that's good stuff. You've got I don't know if these are spoilers or not, so I should probably give a warning, but you've got these melting limbs and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to leave the last couple of panels out. Don't know if that's quite a spoiler. I've already seen stuff up on the internet about it. So I don't know if it's a spoiler, but this book just is doing crazy things that I'm not seeing anything like it in any other book. I really do love it. It's selling really well. I don't know that it'll be like a long-term, it'll be valuable down the road, but it is a fantastic read right now. I'm going to keep going with it. There's no reason to stop. It just keeps things interesting. So this was the best book of the week, but it's followed very closely by the next one. So I'll pull this up. So the next up is Silver Surfer Black, and this one too. This is Donny Cates. He's tying in things that are happening in Guardians of the Galaxy and Venom, and everything else is all getting tied together in this. Doing it very cool. And then the part that was fun about this is the interior art. Who is it done by? But it is, so interior art, Trad Moore. Just take a look at a couple of these pages. Now, it's done purposely like this. So first you get these really rounded lines and very stylized, and then you get like this LSD dream sequence thing. And it's not dream that's actually going on, but it's action. It's very active, but at the same time it's stretched and it's highly imaginative. And then obviously, that's what they were going for. When you put those kinds of colors together, you're obviously going for a drugged motif, but it's a fun read. It's doing a good job of tying things together. Was very happy with it, and it was interesting. Never quite seen that style before, and very happy to see it. All right, two more good reads. Venom, number 15. This one, I think this ties up the Cullen Bunn War of the Realms tie-in. It seemed to kind of address the issues that were going on. I'm happy to move on from it. There may be one more issue. I'm not sure when it gets back on track. But it did a pretty good job of tying it up. I think it was an interesting piece that works with the rest of the story. They did a good job. I'm happy with this. I've been happy reading Venom all along. So this was a good read. Worth it. Fun, good art, very interesting. And then I've got one more, what I would call a good read. That was, these were excellent. These were series that I'm definitely going to continue with. Loving every minute of it. So the next one is Batman and the Outsiders, number 2. And this one is doing a really good job of treating Batman as the symbol and being a little bit more thoughtful about what he does and how he plays into this whole ethos. I like that a lot. It was something more than I've seen coming from Batman from any of the other major storylines, from Snyder, Tom King, even Detective Comics. They're not hitting on those components, which I think is what I originally liked about Tom King's run. Is he was getting into a little bit more about who Batman was and what was driving him. But this one is touching on that as well. I trust Brian Edward Hill more than I trust Tom King at this point. I've seen a lot of Brian Hill's stuff. It's very good writing. He's very thoughtful, really careful about the choices that he makes. And I think because of that, this has more potential than you might expect. So I'm enjoying this. I'm glad to see him on it. I would love to see him take over the full run when Tom King is done. That's what I'm really hoping for. That would be fantastic. All right, now on to some, I don't know, medium. They were okay. Nothing was really weak this week, but these ones were just all right. So first up, I did love this cover. This is a fantastic cover of the Gotham Knight. But this was Detective Comics 1005. It wrapped up this first arc with the Gotham Knight, Arkham Knight, and it was a little weak. It's fine. There's a lot of action. It's okay. And look at that action. This was a fun read, but it was just kind of a quick tie it up, get it over with, and it closed the arc up. You need closure. You need to close it, and you need to leave things open enough. So it's acceptable, but I feel like they could have done more. Whatever. Next up, I have Major X number 5, and this one was all right as well. Liefeld being Liefeld, that's basically all you can say about Major X. This is let him go out and do his thing. I mean, gotta love the pouches, the shoulder pads. They bring in another character that looks kind of like this one. Also has a gigantic chest plate that makes no sense. It's fun. There's a good twist in this one that I'm not going to spoil, but it's tying into important characters, and that's interesting. That's fun. We still don't know much about Major X other than who his parents are. Maybe I missed it, what his powers were in a previous one. If I go back and read, maybe that'll make sense, but don't know what his mutant capabilities are or anything like that. He just shoots people. That's all we've really seen so far. But still fun. Good to read. All right, and then my last read for the week was The Batman Who Laughs number 6, and I got the Jenny Frison cover. I think that's pretty cool. This one also, I thought that this was only a 6-issue miniseries. It's got one more book at least, and I wish I knew exactly why, but I was hoping that it would tie things up and didn't quite get there. It's what you can expect from Snyder. I'm okay with it. Doesn't matter. But it's okay. It's getting old, that's all. It's been dragged out long enough. I wished it was over this time. Okay, so those were the reads. Now I have 2 books that I bought for covers. So there was an Artgerm Catwoman. Sorry, losing my voice here. There was an Artgerm Catwoman, and gotta love this vintage costume. Seriously, love that. I even like that little curl up that they do to keep it vintage. Very cool cover. Yeah. One more to the Artgerm collection. And interestingly, I ordered a book, and I'll show it in a while, but there was an Artgerm cover out there that I had no idea existed. And I saw it in someone else's collection. And so I went out and found it and ordered it pretty quickly. So I'm getting another Artgerm that I didn't know existed, a back issue. And then I picked up The Ride, and I don't know a lot about this. Apparently it's a run that tons of major artists and have been involved with, and has been a really good book to read. I've never read it, never heard of the first series. They're bringing it back, 15th anniversary. I think it came out in 2004 from what I read, the original Ride. But this cover was awesome. Obviously Adam Hughes. Mostly bought it for the cover. I did pull open the book. There are 2 stories inside of it. One of them has interior art by Adam Hughes that is... If you like Adam Hughes and you like pretty women, that's a good one to read. Make sure you're an adult. That's all I'll say. Really cool cover. Like that. That one will... The thing is that it doesn't really fit with the rest of my collection because it's not a superhero story. It's a crime story. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know if it's going to go up on a wall. It's a little bit too risque for me to really leave out on my wall. I've got kids running around, you know. But there it is. And I do like it. So it'll go in my box of fun covers. It may see the light of day here and there. We'll see. And then I got one other cool thing, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it quite right on the camera. Still trying to figure out what to do with this. So, up in the corner of the shop, and yeah, it's not big enough. We must go higher. Whoop. Okay. So up in the corner of my shop, I saw Stanley Artgerm Lao, and I was like, what on earth is that? So I went for it, I picked it up. So I'm gonna pause this, try to stabilize things before I finish here. All right, so there we go. So this is the Stanley Artgerm Lao poster portfolio from DC. Now I looked at this, so just to give you a feel, normal comic book. This is a very big book. It's not a book, but just I saw it up there, and if it had been just posters that I've already seen, if it were just the covers, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I'm gonna open it right now because it had a few things on the back that were pictures that I've only ever seen digitally, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool mix. A few of these pictures that he's got in here. So obviously some important ones, but I'm just gonna open this up. With how much I like Artgerm, it seemed like a good addition to the collection. So let's scoot it over so that I can see what we got here. So yeah, these are big. They're supposed to be removable. Yeah, so the Harley Quinn has not been on a cover yet. Very cool. That's obviously been a cover. That one's a cover. Power Girl has never been a cover, but I do like that picture. There's my Batgirl 12. Love that one. That's a Wonder Woman I've never seen, and that's I like that one. That's been a cover. Batgirl 14. Poison Ivy. This one I've never seen outside of digital drawings. There's obviously Catwoman. That's cool. I think that was like Batman 49. I can't even remember who that is. Black Canary? Is that who it is? Well, anyway, I've never seen that one. Another Supergirl. That was Dark Knights 3. I've never seen this one. Not entirely sure who that is, but cool. Mira, that one was on a cover. Another Catwoman cover. Another Harley Quinn. Love the Harley Quinns. Wonder Woman cover. Supergirl cover. And that's it. I could have sworn there was some male on there, but I think that the only males are the ones with Batman in there. Oh well. Anyway, pretty cool book. I think that's awesome. These are supposed to be removable, and obviously they're like 11 by 17 size in there. Nice thick paper. Really, really good looking prints, obviously. This was $25. I got a little bit of a deal on it, so I didn't pay quite that much. But I was thinking about it. It's 20 posters. Now, I've seen a couple of these for sale as prints for $25 to $30 a piece. So I went through the number, and if it was like $50, I may have passed on it. But at 25, it's like, I'm not even going to hesitate. That's a good addition to the collection. So this is a cool thing to have. I'm going to enjoy that. I'll probably put one or two of them up, and then the other ones, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with. But that's it for the week. Let me pull the books back out here. This was, like I said, one of the best reading weeks I've seen. I've had a lot of weak reading weeks for the last few weeks, and was kind of getting frustrated. I'm like, what am I doing here? But this made up for it. Thank you, Al Ewing, and thank you, Donnie Cates, for doing something interesting and new and that you don't see all over. Thank you, Brian Hill, for treating Batman with respect and being thoughtful about him. I love that. Just good reads. This was a fun one. So that's all I've got for this week. I don't have any real major things coming up. Things are in a little bit of a lull. I was going to go to a comic convention Saturday, but got some travel situations coming up that have prevented that. And so I don't really have anything coming up for probably a month or more. It's going to be pretty mellow. I do have a couple of back issues that are coming in that I'm looking forward to, and those should be in for next week. But if things are quiet, if I'm not running out to conventions, if I'm not traveling a lot, then I've got a couple of things that I wanted to talk about that I've referenced before, talking a little bit about thinking through the eBay fees and profit margin and things like that. That's something that I was going to put together. But I'll leave it at that for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you had as enjoyable time as I did reading books this week.